Children are my most significant audience, said Jean Tinguely, a well-known artist from Basel who pioneered kinetic art. He fascinated and inspired me as a boy, but also as a young mechanical engineer and even today as a professional inventor. This mainly because he was a free-spirited artist who combined different technique and material, who was surprising and appreciated by many people of all generations. It is remarkable that it was so important to him to know how children interact with his art, because at that age, our way of thinking is so open, not judgmental, and full of fantasy. Every action is playful, experimental, and unlimited. We are never so close to be geniuses than as a kid. Tinguely embodied this creative openness, which I consider as the most important quality if we want to come up with truly new ideas. We need more such type of generalists if we want to make real innovation possible. And I believe more than ever in the art of setting up dream teams, a smart combination of generalists and specialists. Unfortunately, the education system, and most probably our brain itself, tends to specialization, which leads to a massive undervaluation and lack of generalists we are facing today. Just let's go back for a minute to Renaissance. At that time, it existed a limited number of knowledge areas with manageable know-how level. A universal genius like Leonardo da Vinci mastered nearly all of them. If I had to compare his brain power capacity with the know-how available at that time, I would draw a T like that. But since Renaissance, we had a strong increase of knowledge area, and the knowledge within each area has simply exploded. On the other hand, our brain power capacity hasn't significantly changed in the last 500 years. Therefore, we have to decide in which direction we want to develop our own brain structure. Either as a specialist, with a really deep know-how but in a very limited number of areas, or as a generalist with a broad knowledge but at a very limited level per area. One thing is for sure, as we can't be universal geniuses and master all knowledge in all areas, we have to team up, combine knowledge field and expertise, which means we have to multiply our brain power within dream teams. Setting up a dream team is an art, but I can tell you it works. And suddenly it becomes an exponential multiplication of brain power. Just like it was the case for Marcel and Laura, my closest business partners since more than 20 years. They invented wood welding, a disruptive connection technology for porous material. Laurent was when they met in 1996, Laurent was a young wood engineer with a background as organ builder. He was also a musician and a mountain guide. Marcel was more into entrepreneurship and economics with a background as watchmaker engineer. Marcel started to think about how could we reduce the process time and increase the quality when we want to connect wood parts together. As a watchmaker, he knew a bit about ultrasound welding that wasn't used in wood yet. But Laurent, as a musician, knew also that already Stradivarius in the 17th century was able to create high-quality instruments simply with glue. strongly inspired how the roots of a tree makes this kind of fractal connections in all kind of soil, they developed over 3 years their own method of welding wood parts together with ultrasound in less than a second. A revolution, believe me, but they had to learn that no specialists within the wood and furniture industry believed in it at that time. So they decided to look and explore other areas and make further tests with all kinds of other porous material. In 2001, when they showed for the first time their bone welding tests to a physician, he told them straight away, "Your method is useless, it will create necrosis, and it will never ever work." But Marcel and Laura kept going, made further tests, and the great breakthrough happened in 2005, when the first child with a connected fontanelle at birth had surgery with bone welding. It is an operation where you have to divide the upper part of the skull in several parts and reassemble it in a way that you can create space for the brain to grow. The operation time was divided by 2. No need of second operation because we could work with resorbable materials instead of titanium plates, and today more than 20,000 children had surgery with their method. But the most interesting thing that happened is that today the furniture industry is back, because their specialists recognized that by proposing a smart connection solution with wood welding, they can reduce massively the divorce rate due to such explosive situation when a couple tries to mount the wardrobe on their own. I won't tell you if it's the man or the woman who is right or not, that's your problem. So, what we can learn from Marcel and Laura's story is that we have to believe in our dreams and intuition. But even more important, we can learn what the dream team is. It is this continuous combination between broad vision and expertise, of generalists and open-minded specialists working together. Specialists who stay humble despite their knowledge, who share, who exchange, who believes in the potential of generalists. Sounds easy, doesn't it? But as a person working since many years with innovation team, I can tell you it is not. First of all, it is difficult to find generalists. Secondly, once you found them, you will realize soon how complicated it is to make them work productively with specialists together. As specialists can really be overstrained or even have a problem with really new solution. Knowledge can sometimes limit the intelligence. If we go back to Tanguy, we have to remind also ourselves that our children might be our most significant audience for now. But soon, they will be the one who will have to take off and take actions. Therefore, repeat to your children and yourself the importance of continuously stretching the horizontal bar of your T structure by developing generalist skills, even if you have chosen the specialist path. Repeat to your children and yourself the importance of continuously multiplying your brain power in dream teams by recognizing the potential of ideas from others. Ultimately, it is a key to a better world. A world for specialists, for generalists, for dreamers, for geniuses, and a world for our children. Thank you.